buddy.
Looks like it does.
Hmm?
Looks like it does.
I didn't hear it say recording.
It did, it said it.
We did?
Yeah. Recording in progress.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Thursday.
Thank you, you too. Yeah.
Have your phone? Do I have my phone? Yeah, what? 3:57.
Oh, okay.
Plenty of time.
How was your summer?
Busy. There you go.
No?
I was rebuilding my house. I spent the summer empty.
Oh, boy. You're going
I did, and have found it.
Every,
Took the bones, I
I
put
work on
it-
Thursdays.
now I have a-
It's been all day Friday and Saturday.
I got-
I didn't start the store.
Oh.
Oh, okay. How do you know? It's not. good.
So now I have- I don't know when I put the town to a mold, but I put it- yeah. when-
So you can barely see.
I don't know when they're gonna.
You can see there's a giant dumpster
Okay.
and they're gonna rent it all down.
So they're telling, wow.
So I put a camera on the tree. My old,
All
my
this.
old
thing
view
about it, and I went back to my phone up there.
from the house, this is from the back of the garage. That's what I look out at, so. Oh, moving the house.
And I mean, I
But this way,
have all my.
yeah,
You know, sometimes
I
it's
think
like
I-
the way.
if everything goes right,
So I go on the same day.
they're gonna stop.
I go early.
That's the problem. It's
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Then
I don't know who's been in there.
My PCPs there, everything's
I hear the thing, then all of a sudden they
Two
try to
garage
get
doors
traffic.
gone.
Well, didn't I
Like
know-
solid
for the first time,
door
I
that
figured
had
out
to
what
go in
was
the house.
that.
So he has guys up there take,
Like my
so I
other
left
office, like I'm planning on.
that's good.
so I don't wanna move that, but-
it's a,
So it's like
store.
cancer, I don't wanna move that doctor.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Somebody took that.
We're gonna go eat at Plum Island the other day, because we got a breakfast restaurant on.
Wow.
Yeah, then, I'm glad not.
Yes,
Which is-
yeah,
Yeah.
was it good?
Two women?
So-
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, the two women, yeah,
yeah, I think you have certain days off.
yeah.
We've been doing it for years.
I can't believe I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's, wait, I said, wait, because once it gets off season, it's not as bad.
No, yeah,
It's not a big place.
no, I saw that.
It's- And they're, it's funny, because it's. Table and such, you know, something different. But, actually going weekends and what have all the mixed leaves? I haven't been there this year. They said all the mixed.
Oh, sorry, doing the sound?
No, it was just like, for some reason this year.
But they're all different.
And they weren't around here, they were like in
Nice
Pennsylvania.
phone calls, Juan, thanks.
That's
Like I need to
Yeah,
listen to you.
New York, Western New York.
Well, that's the other thing,
Like anything worthwhile, it'd be different, but,
2 weeks ago. So I was,
yeah.
I was planning for that, that was part of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
You did have specific. All right. Folks, we're gonna pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Berkshire Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, meeting of Thursday, September 2024. Is called to order at 4 P.M. In attendance are Commissioners Conway, O'Donnell, Moschner, and Sonia. Thus, a quorum is present. Executive Director Correnti is also present. This meeting is being audio and video recorded. Public service announcement of the day. Meeting minutes, August 8th.
Any question? I make a motion that we approve the minutes of August 8th, 2024 and place them on file.
Got a motion?
Yes, motion.
In a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm gonna abstain.
Very good. Did you get that, Bob?
Sorry,
I abstained.
Yeah, we said yes and he said abstain. Correspondence, letter to Commissioner O'Rourke.
well, taking the guidance from, commissioner members, we'll try to minimize.
Oh,
Positive.
Oh, Marty, you missed that.
First is the letter, Commissioner O'Rourke on retirement.
Nice. And to the exalted ruler Leslie Hannon of River Oaks. An appreciation for the cookout that took place.
The third item is the affordable homes that. Press release, there's some information that just recently came out. They say she's doing information, communication law. Obviously, it's new. And as it rolls out. We.
So it's not even supposed to be rolled out yet, Bob. Right, okay. All right, investment accounts.
Okay, the investment account, because of the end of the year, June 30th, because of some budget constraints, at the end of the year, it was very challenging this year. So of the two items, the other August 1st, September 1st. September 1st will be at the next meeting. The account has to finish it. But August 1st, you have the investment accounts. Balances and point out that go to the very last page. It's an increase of $3,000 over the last month. I think it's important to point out that. Completed case and have house. Signed the lease today, we'll have a little bit of a report, but. That was completed without any financing. We paid for it, so.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Nope. Place on file.
And then the September 1st one will be provided at the next week.
Very good.
Next, payment of the bills, any questions?
Yeah, I have one question, Bob. I'm sure, just a bunch of them like, 8/21/24 all the way down, all the town of Billerica ones, what are those? It's just one,
Water and sewer bills.
oh, okay. That's what I was just,
And
trying to see what we're paying.
water, sewer bills and electric bills are just
Yeah, that's right.
crazy.
I have no other questions.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. That we, pay the bills between August 1st and August 31st.
Second,
Oh,
$140,535.75.
all those in favor?
aye.
Opposed?
Next, section 8 voucher, $93,357. 60 cents. Questions? I will.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll make the motion that we approve and pay. Dedham Housing Authority. $93,357.60 in section 8.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Who's second?
Accounts report?
Someone should be investment report. Two, we have the July 31, which was first month of the new year, which was page 3, you'll see,
47.29%,
sorry,
47.29%.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I mean, we'll start off high
Oh, okay.
in the year, because it's first month. But, any questions about it? We'll wait.
Place on file. Payroll.
Payroll report, this would be for the month of August. Two pages. Seasonal and, the down to. One seasonal individual. Finishing it next week. Your opinion, Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion. That we approve and place on file the payroll book of the housing authority from 8/1/2024. To 8/20/29/2024.
Second, motion and second, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed? Vacancy,
Vacancy report, as of September 1. 2. Apartments. Doing quite well and. See, I believe, first one on Grove Street, which is the. Should have been filled.
Yeah, I'm pulling out names for it.
And I think, also on River Street, that, doing 680. We're doing well. And, for that, you need to, place a call.
very good.
That's why I think folks to know, about board training, it's a link to go online. From the suggestion, you know, try it. If you run into a problem, call me. But after the executive director's report, it's pretty straightforward. We have a number of administrative actions, 30-day notice quit, 2 of those issued, 14-day notice to quit, no trespass order. Not much. Say about it. Smoking, you receive a complaint about pot smoking. Advise the tenant, contact the local police. We continue referring residents with any delinquencies, your rent, an issue with public draft. Next tenant meeting scheduled October on Masonry Ave. Signed the lease this morning. For the house on Masonry Ave, I think I may have sent you all a photograph.
Mhm.
Of it. It's 3-bedroom. It's air conditioned. Replaced that dilapidated garage. Property.
Yeah.
He came out very nice, I think, big shout out to go to Richie Reese, who stepped in and said, hey, I'll keep an eye on it. No charge. Get choreographed, try to keep it with the local, contractors, et cetera, so it came out very nice. Just to put a little interesting twist on that. A few years ago, when we first started here, we had one house. And that house had a section 8 voucher holder in it. And that account was called Glenside, that's where the house was located. And that account was a loser. If you took into account what you collected for rent, and then water and sewer charges, tenant basically other utilities, payment in lieu of taxes, repairs, insurance, just was a loser. So what's happened is new tenant in there. And we then purchased Mason Ave with the duplex. So you have 2 tenants there. And now we finished construction and a tenant moved in today with the house. See it, so now with those 4, we'll be collecting $9,500 a month. So that's like $110,000, which first of all, that's spectacular. Because if we can get through 6 or 8 months, we shouldn't have any bills. 14 basements, brand new house. So if we can get through 6, 8, 9, 10 months, then you get a nice reserve. Whereas before, it was like a wing and a prayer. You got hit with a $15,000 bill to do a sewer pipe. It hurt. So I think it's worked out very well, and, the last part of that report, um. Conley Road, which we've talked about that in years past. Property that's owned by the housing authority, and I think, Commissioner O'Donnell, members used to go. Back at St. Mary's Church in the basement, and I think Carol Ford. Wanted to develop that property similar to the property on the corner of Wyman and Boston Road, which is a one-story house with 4 people on each side. With different mental health. And we were there, and then someone in the neighborhood stood up and said, didn't want his kids playing with retards. And so that went down. The chute pretty quickly. So what we're looking at now is, I think, we've got a good track record on Mason Avenue, building something that's nice in the neighborhood and working with the neighbors. So I think, we're gonna look now with Richard Easy and, few other folks that have donated a lot of their time to Mason Ave. And the property down there in Conway. And we'll see what possibilities are. And based on those possibilities, we'll start formulating a strategy, maybe going before the ZBA and, I mean, affordable housing is a killer. Every town in Merrimack Valley has got #1, housing is an issue.
Yeah.
So if we look at it, and people that have the smarts like Richard E.C. Steve Dresser from the survey company, if they look at it and say, gee, probably squeeze 3 houses on here, why not try 3 houses, 3 duplexes?
Mhm.
Instead of 3, get 6.
Right.
Certainly, if you look at Mason Ave, we spent $1 million for 3 families. So, with us make Conley Road, I mean, we own property, but you gotta bring utilities in it, and so it might be $1.5 million or something. If you look at 3 millions, but we've saved the CPA funds that are still sitting there, so that's still sitting there. And I think the track record, the housing authority is built on Mason Ave, put some wind in our sails and gives us some credibility. And to try another project. So stay tuned, don't know, in the coming months, we'll start looking into that, we want to get the dust settle on Mason Ave and get everything resolved. I think that's a strong possibility, because we've talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
Past. So. That's that part of it, I think everyone did a great job. There at the school, I invited the school to come out, if they wanted to take pictures or whatever, but fortunately, they said no. And school's got a couple of projects in mind for us, and I don't want to publicly say right now, because they can, so they agree to do it. But they're doing stuff, and they hired some new carpentry teachers, unfortunately, the individual who did a lot of work down at Talbot, worked on on a medical leave, and it doesn't look very promising, the person is young person with a family, young guy with a family, doesn't look promising at all, so. Keep something like that in praise, that was very talented, very skilled, but that's the executive director's report. If there's any questions about that, or anything else, we'll have it again.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
First of all, I feel I speak for everybody at the board here that I first, thank you for all the time and effort you put into it. I mean, that's between the ZBA and going through and putting all this together. I mean, obviously you're the lead dog here, to do that, and you've done it, it's feather in your cap if you wore a hat, I'd say that.
Absolutely, all things considered,
Yeah,
because it is difficult to do these
it
things.
is,
Well, I think, I'm very shy, that's a challenge.
Well, and the other thing I wanted to just bring up too is that I didn't want to interrupt you. Let me get back to the rental, the vacancies, is I think we all too understand, difficulty in some of these things, and just, again, thank you. You only have 2, you have limited staff. They're keeping up with as much you guys can do, and again, I mean, that's a, and you go positive thing that's going on here.
Well, if I may, that point, I thank you very much. That's a good point. I have said it a number of times. Was basically right with rumors that are just off the wall. But we do have a great staff, office staff, a great maintenance staff. There's no throwing any money under the bus. Quite opposite. I think I frequently praise staff, publicly, you folks. There's nothing on the horizon that I hear people saying, I'm getting married, or I'm retiring, I'm doing this, I'm doing it, it's all BS, but we do have a good staff, and that's why this stuff can happen, it's that we're small. You know, agency here, with limited amount of people who wear multiple hats in the office, and, you know, 3 full-time maintenance people. The state has finally made a change, finally, after all, with this in a moment in conferences, where they. So you get me talking very quickly, where they say,
I don't know, you're
oh,
doing
they
good.
only have 1 maintenance person for every 80 apartments. And, you know, I had said at a number of conferences, okay, if you're saying that, how can you say, well, you've got to turn an apartment around in 21 days? You know, you're limiting our resources and you're setting a goal. One or the other, you want to set a goal for 21, we can afford to hire 10 maintenance people. That's us, we'll get through 21 days. If you say you can only have 1 maintenance person, then don't, you know. Well, they're blowing that out now. Because of all the complaints. And I will probably take a little bit of credit for that, but the complaints, and so now it's, hey, you stand on your own like a business. Obviously, they can see you going down a bad path, they're gonna start getting involved, and that's one of the last things you want, is to have them involved. But now they say, you do whatever, here's the goal, how you get there, is how you get there. And then also, you know, they're looking very closely now, and it gets really involved, but now we can evaluate maintenance people based on their performance.
That's,
You know, before it was the Department of Labor rate. So if the Department of Labor rate said this job is worth $10. You can get 30 years, you get $10, I
That's
start
right.
today, I get $10. You know, it really left no room for true performance and people that do well, so. They're making changes there, I think it'll take a year or 2 before that shakes out. And number 2, you have to do it within certain real tight guidelines. Because of the way we ended up on the state side budget at 36%, we're kind of constricted right now as to how much we can fool around, but you know, it's a challenge to make it happen. I like that type of
what I
challenge.
was gonna say.
Yeah, so we'll see. So that's good. So that's positive, and I think it's good for the staff, because we do have a good staff. And, you know, it's a way of us, you know, contrary to some of the rumors out there, rewarding the staff.
No,
But
it
thank you.
shows, it shows.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we have one more thing. Yep, 250.
Yeah, thank you. As quick as I can. You have the memo, 2008 Ford F-250 is green cost, right? It's got roughly 65,000 miles, and those are high miles, high miles. Almost like police cruisers, DPW trucks, they're out there in Saul, yeah. And the truck is. A lot of routes, in bad shape, full passage inspection, and. We made a decision that we want to keep more money into it. So we purchased a new F-250. It's roughly $72,000. But the new one that we purchased, we're all getting older and talking with the staff. We added a lift in the back of the truck. You know, I mean,
Oh, that's
we're
smart.
all. We're like 16 years of age and we're picking up refrigerators, you know? So there's a lift on the back of the truck. We got a ladder back to, today the truck was just, lettered with the logo. And it was on purpose a few years ago with trucks, they're white, so we're different from the town, because people would call up and say, I saw your truck in the lot. Oh, it wasn't our truck at the lot. You know? So our trucks are a different color, different logo. And what we're doing next now, and what we told you, is that the white truck that was purchased about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's got the sander on it, you haven't removed the sander because it got rust all over the place. So what we're going to be doing now is removing the sander and having that body replaced. It still has the coating to inhibit damage from salt, but it rusts all over. And that truck, which is the oldest truck, the body will be replaced. That truck will have the sand, that'll be the only truck with the sander. So hopefully that'll mean that the second white truck and the newest one we bought will not have as much rust happen as quickly, because we won't have that salt on the body of the truck. We did look into a while back, this idea of having that hot water up by the building, washing down, but it does get into the area that you talked about, we'd be washing something down, and you got on the ground, you've got contaminated water, with that, you gotta treat it, you know. No good deed goes unpunished, so, it's not gonna be something that we could, get involved with washing the truck into the ground. But hopefully, by doing that, that'll prolong the life of the two white tanks in the trucks. So, what we're asking here is, we did, speak with the Shawshing Tech, and, they will likely decline the truck, their rule of thumb is it's over 10 years, they don't want to get involved with it.
No blame.
And the amount of rust that's in the truck, the fact that it will pass inspection, they didn't even want it as a tool to have classroom work on it, they said, thank you very much. So, what we need from the board is for you to declare that truck, the green truck, I gave you the VIN number, as obsolete and unusable surplus, and authorize me to dispose of the vehicle. We will not get involved in any auction or anything, and we get picked up by, most likely, I've spoken to Holland Auto, they'll take it, and it'll be ripped apart, scrapped. So I need board to look what I said. There's no value in it, there's no trading value, you know. It's all kind of chuckle and popular, just trading.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
ready? I move that the Berwick Housing Authority Board of Commissioners declare the 2008 Green Ford F-250 VIN number 1FTNF215X 8EA 07885 as obsolete and unusable surplus, and authorize the executive director to dispose of this vehicle.
Second, motion,
Who's second?
Kathy.
all in favor,
Aye.
opposed.
That's it. for me.
Wow.
Now I know. Everybody happy?
See, if you're not worried, you can get the meeting over.
You are, this is,
You can do that to adjourn?
yeah, well, just shocked. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor.
Aye. Thanks for everybody to come.
Thank you.
Sorry it's so short.
Hope you had a good summer.
Fussing.
Don't apologize.
It
was nice.
It's right.
John Paul.
There'll be days it's all longer.
Yeah, that's good.
I go over there, but fix my patch.
You working tonight?
I was gonna get like 12.